Howdy adventurers. So as you may or may not know, my 1190 is due for some valve replacement, and I've just decided to give the entire thing a freshen up with a new motor. So I bought this. This is a 2015 1190 Adventure R. It was written off. I'll show you why it was written off in a minute. But I'm going to use this motor. It's only got 9,500 kilometers on the clock. There's a few parts of this that I want, and the other parts I'm going to sell. So if you're interested in any of the parts, I'll run through what I've got for sale. Yeah, message me at vlogonwheels@gmail.com, and yeah, let's arrange something. Let's run through them. Okay, so firstly, how do you ride off a bike like this? Well, besides the fact that there's no nose on there at the moment, it's apparently not that hard. So, as you know, the 1190's got crash bars, and when you crash, put it down pretty hard, the crash bars dent the frame here. There's a noticeable dent in the frame here. That's just sort of a bit scratched, but that's it. Frame damage, written off. So, although, you know, it's in pretty reasonable shape, runs fine, it's can never be registered again in Australia. So, yeah. So, what am I going to keep? Well, obviously, I want the motor. So, I've got the motor and the wiring harness, computer, dashboard. I'm also keeping the front wheel and front rotors. Calipers, no, but yeah, wheel and rotors. And the rear wheel and rotors. I don't really need the rear wheel and rotors, but I'll probably keep them as spares unless someone really needs them. So starting with the obvious, there's an Akra pipe here for sale. It has got a few scuffs, so that's, you know, the carbon fiber plate's a bit scratched. There's a couple of little star cracks. There's a bit of cracking just around the screw hole there. Obviously it's touched the ground here. Otherwise it's fine. The pipe, a couple of scuffs here, but generally pretty good. I haven't washed this or anything, by the way. It's just how it comes, so I can give it a clean up if you need. Also, along with the exhaust, of course, there is the entire muffler system. I guess if you've dented yours up or something, you know, if you never bought a bash plate and you put some dents in your pipes, well, here's a whole set of pipes. I should say, you know, anything that I can sell here will be going towards my channel, so I can get out there and make some more videos. So, you know, I mean, maybe consider it as a bit of a sponsorship, but you're getting something for your money. So forks and triple clamps. I want to sell them off. It's had some suspension work by Choice Suspension. I don't know what sort of springs are in it, but I could maybe try and find out if you're really keen to know. The triples, there is some little scuffs here. That's about all I can see. The rest looks pretty schmicko. And while we're at the front end, there's also the stock steering dampener. I don't know if someone wants a spare one of those. Yeah, so we've got the rear shock as well. Choice Suspension's put their sticker on it, but I don't know if they've done anything. It looks like the stock spring. Maybe it's been revalved. I might try and find that out too, but it looks pretty clean in there. While we're at this end of the bike, we've got an entire subframe. I don't need that. It's in, you know, all looks fine. Looks straight. I've looked over it. You know, I can't see any sort of cracks or breaks or anything. This bit of plastic I'm actually going to keep, but the wheel has touched it, as you can see, but that's it. You know, just a couple of scuffs, no cracks or breaks in it. So I think the subframe is all good. You can have the pegs with it. Maybe you've got a crash bike and you want a new subframe, or you want a spare subframe, or you want to modify your subframe. Yeah, there's one here. Next is the seat, which actually is over here behind my mower. It's got some rips in it. This is actually my old one. I'm just gonna, if you might want to reupholster it. if you want a spare seat to, you know, put your own upholstery on to do something, then yeah, it's for sale. I don't know, what, 50 bucks, 100 bucks, something like that. Also, actually, in this bike is the this one has the dongle, which works. It's plugged in here, and it's located down the side with its little bracket. I'm going to sell that off. They're worth 100 bucks, so I think, you know, it's as good as owning a new one. So I think I might try and get 75 for it. Swing arm. There's a whole swing arm here. I don't know if someone wants to pretend to modify one or mess with one to see what they can do with it. It looks like it's in working nick to me. Then we have got the calipers. The brakes work fine. I squeezed them, so you can have the caliper and the cables and the master cylinders. Not that one. That's a clutch. Here's the brake. It's got a broken off mirror stand, but that doesn't matter. So yeah, caliper, reservoir, rear caliper as well. And pretty much the last two items. So we've got a tank, fuel tank. Works perfect. Gauge works. Still got the valve in there. It's got the fuel pump and the fuel. What's that? Oh, that's the gauge. That's the gauge. And the last thing is what's under the tank, which I can't show you just now. I have to take the tank off. Is the airbox. I know that a lot of people have modified their airboxes. So if you want to have a mess around and modify your airbox, or cut it to pieces and just want to have a spare, this airbox is here. Anything else that you know that's on there? Oh, here's one. Sorry, this B&B bash, not B&B bash plate, B&B rack that screws into on the back here. Looks in good shape. When this bike went down, it did bust the handle off this side. It snapped off under there, and I haven't got it. But that rack looks fine. No dents or bit of dirt there. That's about it. So yeah, I have no idea what that's worth. Make an offer. Yeah, tail light assembly and all of that, indicators. I'm keeping all of that because I've got some busted indicators. What else is the handlebars? The handlebars have got some risers. I don't know what they're probably not worth. It's not even worth me selling them. You know, I'll get nothing for them. Yeah, but if you see anything else on there that you are interested in that I haven't mentioned, feel free to make an offer. Remember, it's not just a standard sale. You're supporting my channel. I don't do Patreon or any of these sort of you know, money-making schemes off my YouTube channel. I have made $1,000 in the last 10 years just from advertising. But yeah, you know, over 10 years, that's not much. So yeah, I thought this, I'd sort of, you know, people would get something for their money. So yeah, I thought that, you know, it might be some way to help support my my channel, and people get something out of it as well. I'm not just asking for money, but yeah, I'm actually selling things, but maybe not at an incredibly cheap price. Or maybe you think those prices are cheap to start with, or fair and square. I'm not sure. Hey, there's plastic handguards too. I don't think they're worth jack shit. I wouldn't even run them. I'd get anything with a steel frame on them. I don't have any faith in these plastic ones. Levers. Ooh, would I sell the levers? Oh well, I'm going to sell the brake one with the brake, but the clutch one, I don't know. You know, because this is busted off, so it's not really worth anything. Yeah. Anything else? Like I said, let me know. Cheers.